The story of Tudor does not begin in a workshop filled with gears and springs, but in the mind of a visionary. That mind belonged to Hans Wilsdorf, the very same man who founded Rolex and redefined the modern wristwatch. In 1926, long before Tudor would become a household name among watch enthusiasts, Wilsdorf registered the name the Tudor. His intention was not to create a lesser Rolex, but a different one. He envisioned a watch that would offer the same unwavering reliability and robustness his primary brand was known for, but at a more accessible price point. This was, well, a strategic masterstroke, born from an understanding that while the desire for quality was universal, the means to acquire it were not. The goal was to build a watch that a Rolex dealer could sell with confidence, a testament to quality that could stand on its own. Wilsdorf's initial registration in 1926 was the planting of a flag, a declaration of intent. However, the true genesis of the brand we know today would have to wait. The world was a tumultuous place, and it was not until after the Second World War that the conditions were right to bring this vision to life. On March 6, 1946, Wilsdorf formally created the company Montres Tudor SA. His announcement was clear and direct, outlining a philosophy that would guide the brand for decades. He stated that Tudor watches would benefit from the technical quality and aesthetic quality of Rolex, backed by the same rigorous standards and distribution network, yet they would be priced to reach a broader audience. This was not about making a cheap watch, it was about making a smart one. This foundational concept was crucial. Tudor would leverage the industrial and design power of Rolex, most notably by using the famed waterproof oyster case and other key components. However, to manage costs and create a distinct price category, Tudor would initially use reliable, high-quality movements from established third-party Swiss manufacturers like ETA. With the corporate structure in place, Tudor swiftly moved to build its product catalog and solidify its reputation for toughness. The first major step in this journey came in 1952 with the launch of the Tudor Oyster Prince. This watch was a statement piece, the waterproof oyster case, the self-winding perpetual rotor movement. The advertising campaigns of the era were bold and demonstrative, featuring watches worn by workers in extreme conditions, construction workers operating pneumatic drills, motorcyclists competing in long-distance endurance races. These ads were not about luxury, they were about resilience. The message was simple and powerful. The Tudor Oyster Prince could withstand anything you threw at it. This early emphasis on durability quickly positioned Tudor as a maker of professional-grade tool watches. The brand's reputation was not just built on marketing, but on real-world performance. The Oyster Prince became a trusted companion for people in demanding professions who needed a watch that would not fail them. This success paved the way for Tudor's next and perhaps most iconic creation. Following Rolex's introduction of its own legendary dive watch, Tudor unveiled the Oyster Prince Submariner, reference 7922, in 1954. This model marked Tudor's official entry into the world of underwater exploration, and it would come to define the brand for generations. The Tudor Submariner was engineered for a purpose. It shared its foundational DNA with its Rolex counterpart. A robust oyster case, a rotating bezel to track dive time, a highly legible dial with large, luminous markers. However, it was its adoption by military forces that truly cemented its legendary status. The Marine Nationale, the French Navy, became one of Tudor's most important clients, beginning a partnership in the mid-1950s that would last for decades. These military-issued Tudor submariners were not just accessories. They were essential pieces of equipment, subjected to the harshest possible environments. Their performance under these conditions was a testament to their build quality. Over the years, the Tudor Submariner evolved, introducing design elements that would become unique to the brand. Most famous among these were the distinctive square-tipped snowflake hands, first introduced in 1969 on the reference 7016. This design was reportedly requested by the French Navy to improve underwater legibility, and it gave the Tudor Submariner a visual identity that was entirely its own. While Rolex submariners were known for their Mercedes hands, the Tudor Snowflake became a symbol of rugged military-grade utility. The French Navy, the US Navy, other armed forces, the Tudor submariner proved itself time and again as a reliable and cost-effective tool for professional divers, forging an identity separate from its crown sibling. Throughout the 1960s and 1970s, Tudor expanded its catalog, building a reputation for robust tool watches. The success of the submariner line Tudor introduced mechanical chronographs. The Oyster Date chronograph, launched in 1970, often nicknamed the home plate for its pentagonal hour markers. The chronographs were vibrant and bold, mechanically sophisticated, powered by reliable Valjoux movements. They offered an alternative to other sports chronographs, combining daring design with the durable oyster case. This era was one of quiet confidence for Tudor. The brand's identity was clear. Tudor targeted active individuals wanting performance without Rolex prices. Catalog highlight: submariners. Catalog highlight: chronographs. Catalog highlight: oyster prints. Tudor on the wrists of military personnel. Tudor on the wrists of professional divers. Tudor on the wrists of racing enthusiasts. Rolex-level build and serviceable workhorse movements, all at a fraction of the cost. The formula drew a loyal global following. Then, the 1970s brought the quartz crisis. Inexpensive, accurate quartz watches from Japan flooded the market. The traditional Swiss watch industry was devastated. Many historic brands disappeared, while others struggled to adapt. Tudor felt the pressure. Rolex weathered the storm. Tudor was more precarious. By the 1980s through the early 2000s, Tudor faded. Designs grew more conservative. Some models resembled Rolex, but with a Tudor logo. Snowflake hands and home plate chronographs became less pronounced. Distribution halted in key markets, including the United States. Tudor entered a long, quiet period, overshadowed by Rolex. The Tudor name lost much of the excitement it once commanded. Section 4. The Heritage Revival, a return to form. After years of lying dormant in the public eye, the sleeping giant began to stir. The early 2010s marked the beginning of a spectacular renaissance for Tudor, a comeback orchestrated with remarkable precision and a deep understanding of the brand's own history. The first major signal of this new direction came in 2010 with the launch of the Tudor Heritage Chrono. This watch was a brilliant reinterpretation of the iconic home plate chronograph from the 1970s. It was not a one-for-one copy, but a modern watch infused with the spirit and aesthetic of its ancestor. The vibrant orange accents and distinctive dial layout were back, but executed with modern manufacturing techniques and precision. The watch world took immediate notice. This was not the quiet Tudor of the 1990s. This release was a masterclass in leveraging a brand's back catalog. The Heritage Chrono tapped into a growing collector interest in vintage watches, but offered the peace of mind that comes with a brand new, robustly built timepiece. It was the best of both worlds, vintage cool with modern reliability. The success of this model proved that Tudor's history was a treasure trove of design inspiration waiting to be rediscovered. This single watch set the template for the brand's revival strategy. Honor the past, but build for the future. If the Heritage Chrono was the opening act, the main event arrived in 2012 with the unveiling of the Tudor Heritage Black Bay. The first version, with its warm gilt-accented dial, burgundy red bezel, and iconic snowflake hands, was a powerful distillation of Tudor's greatest dive watch hits from the 1950s and 60s. It was a design that felt both familiar and fresh, a loving tribute to the submariners that had served the French Navy so faithfully. The Black Bay was an immediate and overwhelming success, winning the prestigious Revival Prize at the Grand Prix d'Horlogerie de Genève the following year, in 2013. The launch of the Black Bay was more than just a successful product release. It was the moment Tudor truly stepped out of Rolex's shadow and established a powerful, independent identity for the 21st century. The watch resonated with seasoned collectors and new enthusiasts alike, offering an almost universally praised design at a price point that represented incredible value. It became the cornerstone of the new Tudor, a platform upon which an entire family of watches would be built. The success of the Black Bay demonstrated that Tudor had found the perfect formula, blending its rich heritage with contemporary quality to create watches that were not just tools, but objects of desire. Section 5. The in-house revolution, forging a new technical heart. For most of its history, Tudor used reliable, externally sourced movements. That was core to its value proposition. To transform from sister brand to full manufacture, Tudor had to take the next step, develop its own mechanical movements. The leap began in 2015. Tudor announced its first in-house caliber, the MT5621. MT5621 debuted in the Tudor North Flag, a rugged technical watch inspired by the British North Greenland expedition rangers of the 1950s. North Flag design: stark, modern, instrumental, power reserve indicator, sapphire display case back showing the movement. MT5621, 70-hour power reserve. MT5621, silicon balance spring for anti-magnetic properties. MT5621, COSC chronometer certification. Not just a movement, a statement of industrial and horological capability. Developing its own calibers, markers technical independence. Tudor becomes a true manufacturer. In-house movements changed brand perception. The designation carried new weight for enthusiasts. Tudor rolled the MT family into popular lines. Black Bay updated in 2016 with MT5602. The brand's value proposition shifted. No longer just a high-quality case plus a standard movement. Now a fully integrated product, case, dial, movement. Movements built as workhorses. Durable, reliable, true to Tudor's history. This technical renaissance gave Tudor the credibility to compete head-on and cemented its status as a serious modern watchmaker. Section 6. A brand reborn. Tudor's place in the modern watch world. Armed with a killer design language rooted in its heritage and a new arsenal of in-house movements, Tudor executed a brilliant marketing and brand strategy to complete its comeback. The company adopted the confident and audacious slogan, "Born to Dare." It encapsulated both its history of equipping adventurers and its modern ambition. Partnerships supported this. David Beckham, Lady Gaga. Collaborations followed: All Blacks Rugby Team, World Surf League. These choices projected toughness, style, and fearless determination. They moved the brand beyond the watch enthusiast community. The product strategy was equally astute. The Black Bay line expanded into a comprehensive family. It offered different sizes, materials, complications. The launch of the Black Bay 58 in 2018 with its vintage-inspired 39mm case was a massive hit. Each new release was perfectly timed and expertly judged. Tudor created a clear and distinct aesthetic, instantly recognizable yet versatile. The brand had found its voice, and it was speaking loud and clear. Crucially, Tudor maintained its sharp focus on value. Even with in-house movements and rising prestige, Tudor stayed aggressively priced. Customers could buy a chronometer-certified in-house dive watch with a 70-hour power reserve for less than many competitors. This commitment to Hans Wilsdorf's vision was the bedrock of its success. It forced competitors to reevaluate pricing and product strategies. Today, on February 14, 2026, Tudor is no longer Rolex's little brother. It stands on its own. The brand is celebrated by critics, adored by collectors, and respected by peers. Its journey from budget alternative to trend-setting leader is remarkable. Tudor honors its history without being trapped by it, proving quality and smart design find an audience. It has carved a unique, enviable space through resilience and a decade of rebirth. The stage was set for Tudor to prove that a watch did not need a crown on its dial to be fit for a king, a diver, or a soldier. It just needed to work, and, work well.